It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see the versatile Deebo Samuel. He was a machine for them last week with several touchdowns, on top of triple digits receiving. It's the Jets and the Saints, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
The first open back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the New York Jets and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
We saw something last week you don't see very often. Team loses, but the quarterback, the trigger man, Offensive Player of the Week in the AFC. That's pretty impressive.
You rarely see that. Of course, don't worry, folks. He said the obligatory, I would have traded that for a victory any day of the week.
Yeah, no doubt about it, but still, he must have played awfully well to win it when his team lost.
Fields passing on the first play from scrimmage. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 35 on second down. Fields winds up and lets it go for Samuel. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The Jets at 1-5, really struggling here to start the year. They've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Williams. 4 yards the pickup, first down. On the counter, here's Williams. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So in Saints territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now Fields. This one's, and it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Trying to lay one up deep. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Incomplete in the end zone. Sets up 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Walker now on 1st and 10. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Walker, and he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got Higbee complete right side. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Sanders fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Sanders again. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. New York's offense back out there and set to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now a first down throw, Fields. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Off the draw, here's Williams. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Here's Fields. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Oh, that's just not fair. And now room to run. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing. And that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he could make anything happen.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. On 2nd and 7, Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Uncorks one for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and
On second down, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Another run with Sanders. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
brings up 3rd and 3.
Now back to throw. This one goes underneath to Walker. And he is going to have a Saints first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 2nd and 6. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 29-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Straight ahead, Walker to the 27-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll drop to throw. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Kenneth Walker. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
He'll look to throw. Well, the corner gets a hand on it, but he still makes the play. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Jets are going to get the football back.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Fields now to throw. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, it's Fields. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And this one is incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now they'll toss it out right to Williams. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the quarterbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Fields. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. 2nd and 9 now. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
Play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Around the NFL, second quarter in Atlanta. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
New York set to take the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
They'll have good field position at midfield following the turnover as they start with a 1st down here.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll set up a throw.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. Gets around him. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ends up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Give to Walker on the read option.
Oh, nipped. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Kenneth Walker.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Patterson now for the extra point.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
And New York set to take the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Second down, back to Sanders.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there at 22.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And connects quickly to Jamar Chase.
And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 19. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Back to throw again. And it's caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
Here's Walker.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
He's going to use his legs here.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. It's their quarterback scoring on the 2-yard keeper.
And the Saints are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
And the lead is now 24. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Slant route connects with Deebo Samuel.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Myles Garrett able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
A final shot before the break. Fields.
Now he's forced out right. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much.
The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And they're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And see how they just came out onto the field? It doesn't appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to look deep down the field, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll set up to throw. He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On the give, it's Walker.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Here's a 2nd and 7. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Back to throw here.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a 1st down.
Back to throw.
That's swung out wide to Sanders.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the
On the counter, it's Walker.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
A gain of 3 yards.
They'll drop to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Jamar Chase
From 4 yards out.
And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
But CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible, let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
On 2nd down, Cook. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Now Fields.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Trying the left side with Walker.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A good pickup there at 20 yards.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
They go play action here on 1st down.
This one goes underneath to Walker, and he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Second and 6.
Repeated the last play, finding Walker. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll look to throw again. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll set up a throw. And Walker has it.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
66 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And the Saints are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Walker is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. And when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
The New York set to take the field.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Fields on first down.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
To throw is Fields.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Throwing on third down, Fields.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
Fourth down, Fields has to have this one. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Fields.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line.
Off the option, here's Williams.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
They run it again with Williams. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Third down, here's a run by Cook.
And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
They snap it to Fields.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Second and goal from the 1.
Here's Fields.
And complete, right side to Cook. And he'll get nothing out of that one. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on third and goal.
Here's Fields.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Deebo Samuel, a 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Jets are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Now a run with Walker.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. Sticking with Walker on second down.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
On second down, it's Walker.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Looking to throw again on second down.
Fields, screen play set up for Williams. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Fields on third down.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Fields throwing again.
Steps away to his left.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Fields on target to his man, Likely. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for New Orleans, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Jets, things are definitely going south quickly as they